Hi, my name's Tim Campbell, and I'm a volunteer musician with Musicians on Call. And here's my story. I actually started to learn the healing power of music when I was about 9 years old. I was very fortunate to have been adopted by a wonderful family who, early in our adoption, had given me a guitar. Early in my childhood, I was able to learn a few chords, and my father, who was a veteran, at one point decided to take me to the Veterans Memorial Hospital with him for an appointment. I took the guitar so I'd have something to do in the lobby. Well, something fascinating happened while I was there. As I played my 3 or 4 chords and probably hummed or sung a song, before you knew it, there were 2, 3, 4, 5 people just gathering around to listen, some patients, some family, and I just thought to myself, how cool to be able to play for people in a situation like this, to have an audience and to be able to touch people with my music. Well, now fast forward 30 or 40 years, and having had a corporate career and lived in a number of different cities, I became exposed or familiar to Musicians on Call in Chicago and Philadelphia, but could never really participate because of my job. I traveled extensively and just couldn't commit to being home certain nights a week and able to participate. But lo and behold, a few years ago we were able to move back home to Georgia, and I had left the corporate world and decided to own my own business in the latter half of my career, latter part of my career, which gave me the flexibility to be able to volunteer. So I looked up Musicians on Call here in Atlanta, and oh my God, they weren't here. So I had reached out to MOC before, and I talked about the possibility of the program coming to Atlanta, but you can't imagine how excited I was when I got an email probably 6 or 7 months ago that MOC was in fact beginning a program here in Atlanta and asking for volunteer musicians. I believe I was the first one. I'm going to lay claim to being the first volunteer musician in Atlanta. I think Dana had said at some point there was a tie, but I was just thrilled to death and did the prerequisite forms and everything that we all do as volunteer musicians, but have an opportunity now to volunteer, fascinatingly enough, at the Veterans Administration Hospital in Decatur, Georgia. Now, it's really interesting how this thing's come full circle, but to me, in terms of the stories we could tell, just after probably 6 or 7 months of being a volunteer musician with MOC, you know, whether it's a stroke victim or it's a cancer patient or you know, what have you in the hospital, to be able to play with a simple guitar a song from the selected song list, of course, and see, even for a stroke victim or somebody who's not really able to speak, the toes start tapping or the fingers start moving or the head start bobbing, and in some instances even a patient begin to sing with you. It's just touching, and it's incredibly worth it. So that's my MOC story. Love the organization, love the patients, love the ambassadors that I have to work with, and frankly, at now 54 years and probably 45 years after I first stepped foot into a veterans hospital to play, I can't imagine anything that is more rewarding or satisfying than being able to volunteer with MOC today.